You're doing this morning?
Good morning, Aseto. I'm doing well. I hope you are.
I am very, very well. I love your sweater this morning, but I digress. And now let us go to the stories that are making headlines and what Kenyans are saying on the Twitter. Now we have this Twitter user who is calling for assistance due to the floods that is ongoing. Just take us through that and what exactly is happening. Is she safe?
Actually, the Kenya Red Cross responded. This is Wangari Gekonyo, who said she was living in Kitengela. And she made a distress call on Twitter, which is not the conventional way to make a distress call. And she was pleading for help as her house was being marooned. Remember, at the river and Kitengela are among some of the most affected areas along Mombasa Road. And she tweeted, and I quote, "Oh my God, we are dying. Anyone in Kitengela, please help. Floods, Balozi Road, Kitengela." And she indicated that she stays at Blessed Court. The Red Cross has now responded and said that they were able to rescue her. They were on the site and they were able to rescue her and her children. Of course, Kenyans on social media continue to express the support for her in solidarity and the sympathy that they have accorded all other Kenyans who have been marooned by floods. Remember, the floods continue to wreak havoc along Mombasa Road, Langata Road as well, and Thika Road. Thika Road is also one of those heavily affected areas. And Kenyans online definitely are trying to encourage each other to keep safe, even as they call for support from the government. Remember the last time we were here, we talked about how the government was going to provide relief to Mai Mahiu residents and all those affected. And still, Kenyans are still calling on that online. But this particular user got the attention of many Kenyans because of the state of her distress call and the fact that she opted for Twitter as opposed to the conventional 911.
And you see, even if she used Twitter, she got the assistance.
Absolutely.
That goes to show that social media is a powerful tool that we can use for the good. And now, Liberty Day celebrations happened yesterday. Were you there?
I wasn't there, but I followed them live from the office. And it's interesting because, as you reported earlier from the story you did earlier, there were no goodies, as is a conventional way of celebrating Labor Day, an increase in minimum wage. This time it seems very different. But something that was very interesting about this Labor Day that people were actually noting online was the fact that Francis Atwoli, the Court Secretary General, said that it is not going to rain because he has summoned all the powers that be from his backyard and engaged all those elders to make sure that it doesn't rain. Of course, Kenyans were worried because this is an event that is heavily attended as well. But this time the numbers looked different as well. And he came to the defense of Governor Sakaja. Governor Sakaja has been battered by the public online because of seemingly being the absentee governor, is what people are terming him. But he also defended himself. And then Kotu SG Francis Atwoli came and said, even if the position does not match the kind of execution that we expect of him, let us not hurl stones at him. And that particular bit also trended, as well as that particular bit by President William Ruto, that he said, Zakayo is just a name. As long as mnatoa ushuru, Zakayo is just a name. And that was a very interesting bit as well. It was circulating online because Kenyans have not desisted from calling the president Zakayo due to of course, the tax reforms he's championing for in the country right now.
So the president saying Zakayo is just a name. Yeah,
yes.
Well, it's just a name. Now, Raymond, let me just ask you a question. Are you a Gen Z?
I am a Gen Z.
Do you want to leave Kenya?
No, I think I'm proud of my country and I think I'm productive here.
Your peers want to leave the country. Tell us why.
Well, as you rightly said, 84% of Gen Zs want to leave the country. This is according to a report by Africa Uncensored. Africa Uncensored was one of the key whistleblowers for the fertilizer scam that is now being interrogated by the whole country and even the Senate. If we look at this report, 84% of Gen Zs want to leave the country and 22% of them prefer being self-employed. 34% believe they can make money morally. 23% thought it was more important to make money than how it's done, And only out of 84%, the remaining percentage, only that percentage has hope in the country and remain to work in the country. Can you imagine a set of such numbers?
Very well. Gen Zs want to leave, but someone also would say that we are here together. We must lift this ship together. But thank you very much, Raymond Mudee, for the insights. And also just to mention, there is fire that has been reported in Waruku, that is along That is Kangemi area, and also the fake 2024 finance bill that is circulating. We don't have more information on that, but these are issues that are trending on social media. We shall be digging deeper to get what that means. But now let's take a short commercial break. When we come back, we shall be going to our sister station, Spice FM, and follow up on a conversation with Mombasa Governor Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir on the state of